Good morning, guys. Chat here from Living Life. Trust that everyone is having a safe and wonderful Saturday morning. Today, the family and I were heading out to Mahaica River, and then we're gonna head down, hopefully, for a drive to St Cuthbert's mission. Join us, guys, as we go along on this journey today. Guys, so we left from the east coast, and before you know it, we're over the Mahaica Bridge and heading into Duke Road, heading into the Duke Road to Little Baibu. This is where we'll reach up our tour operator, Mr. Ramesh, who operates the Mahaica River and Birding Tours. On the way in on the Hoop Road, you will pass lots of rice fields. We were lucky to get to see these rice fields in their vegetative state, so which means that they're in their planting or growing stage right now. You see the green fields well flooded and getting ready for the paddy to grow. For a lot of people that are coming to these areas, they don't know or they have never seen the way how paddy is grown. So this is great opportunity for persons that are driving into this road. They can get to see, depending on which time of the year you're coming in, you can get to see paddy growth at different stages in its life cycle. So you can either get it to see it in the vegetative state, in the growth stage where the paddy is growing, and even in the harvesting state. Or if you're lucky, sometimes you get to see it in where the fields are in their preparation stage, where they're doing all the plowing and so on. Just be mindful of the fact that whenever you're coming in, rice is one of the major activity of this area, and you're definitely going to see lots of activity happening despite of which season you're coming in, whether it's the plowing, growing, the growing stage of the paddy, or whether it's in the harvesting stage. All spectacle in its own way, in its own right, for you to get to experience that. In no time, we were at the entranceway heading into Mr. Ramesh's establishment. As you can see, the road here is paved, and you don't have to worry. Your vehicle, any type of vehicle, could basically get from the main road all the way to him. This village is called Little Baibu, and there we passed two vehicles that are coming out. They went on the birding tour, which happens in the morning. Early in the morning, that is. You need to be by him at least by 6:30, so you can leave and head out on the river. And that tour normally lasts for at least an hour and a half to 2 hours, where you get to see all the different birds that are on the Mahaica River, which includes the Hoatsu, or our national bird, the kanji pheasant. As you can see, this area has lots of parking. Mr. Ramesh has made sure that he was able to secure parking for everyone.
What's going on?
Alright. How things?
Good.
So at this point, we took a seat and relaxed here on. After the drive, we relaxed here on the deck, and just watch the boats passing by as we wait for Uncle Ramesh to come out and give us our briefing. It was a great scene just to be there and relaxing on top of the water, and just watching the boats pass by. So at this point, I felt the need to explore a little bit more, so I came off the deck and went on to this boat that is close by here to the landing, just to get a few shots and to take some photos. So in no time, we had our briefing right there on the landing, and then we got ready to head into the boat and head to the mission. So this is everyone trying to get into the boat here. I, of course, trying to help my wife to get in, and getting everyone settled in and seated. By then, Uncle Ramesh was coming to take us into the mission. So in no time, we were off the landing in the boat and heading to the mission. This is us leaving Mahaica River Tour location, saying goodbye to everyone there that's on the landing, and taking our shot there of us leaving and heading into the mission. Beautiful river, beautiful black water, and the atmosphere was just amazing. So I decided to take the front seat in the boat, one of the best, for the best shots and pictures. So yep, so you guys could enjoy this video a little bit more from this vantage point. So just a couple minutes into our travel, and we were able to stop by a spot here and see some red howler monkeys feeding. It was amazing scene. You had different size of howler monkeys, and they were just on the trees feeding, and they didn't really mind anyone being there. So it was amazing. We shut the engine off and just drift down the river as we watched them in their natural habitat, feeding and taking care of each other. Amazing scene here. Lovely experience to have on the Mahaica River. made another stop here in the village of Handsome Tree, where we were told that this is where this village actually got its name from this beautiful flower here. A gentleman came into the village one time, sometime back in the day, and he said, "Wow, that's a handsome tree." And the village just apparently got its name from this beautiful tree that is called Handsome Tree. At this point, it was a perfect timing to have a banks and give thanks not only for having a banks on the Mahaica River, or being able to have a banks on the Mahaica River, but being able to have a banks in a beautiful country like Guyana. Lovely, lovely, beautiful country. And what better way to celebrate it by having a banks beer on the Mahaica River while taking a drive into the mission and looking at a beautiful scenery like this. At this point, we came up to another great attraction here on the river, a tree with tons of bird nests. It all looks like one type of bird, but you know, they have nests all over in the tree. And if you see this fallen trunk here in the tree, in the river, we were told that this is where they used to live before, and then the tree fell, and now they're living on the other part. After just about an hour, we were at the landing, and I had to do my bowman duties, which was get out and pull the boat in, which was very simple. This is me getting out here and making sure that the boat is secure. Of course, as soon as I got to the landing there, I got some help from one of the villager, and I was told that he is the representative from the council with responsibility of tourism for the village. So Uncle Ramesh had already organized for the bus to be waiting for us, the village bus, and so we headed out into the bus and had the village tour, and then on the way to Bimichi Lodge.
My name is Rickford Ferreira, and I'm one of the council who in charge of tourism in the village. So we have like approximately 2,000 residents in the village, and it's a Arawak village. We have like over 97% most is Amerindian. We have few Negro, we have few Indian.
So after a quick village tour, we headed over to Bimichi Lodge just for a stop in to say hello to Uncle Josh and Auntie Amanda here at Bimichi. Beautiful, beautiful place. If you're ever thinking of coming and spending a night or a day in St Cuthbert, this is one of the places that you must come to. the meet and greet, Auntie Amanda took us for around the lodge for a tour, and then she also told us about the lodge and how it got started and the stories of the history of Bimichi Lodge.
Student would come here like over 20 or so. So we did, and you can see on over there the number of trees we have, and the name, the scientific name, and the the local name and so on. So now we did not have this, but students did come, and we put them under 2 tarpaulins, one for the boys and one for the girls. But then we couldn't go on like that all the time because although it's tarpaulin, it was still costly because you still got to cut frame, you got to buy your tarpaulin, you got to pay men to do it, and it would still be costly. And then the tarpaulins, they don't be strong too. I can recall cheap time I bought tarpaulin for 20,000, 25, 30,000. So we decided to start build this one, Bimichi 1 and Bimichi 2, because after we built this, the intake at UG was it had increased by then, and so we had to get another Benab then. So the name of the lodge, so that was then. So now we had this tour operator by the name of Mr. Singh.
Frank Singh.
Frank Singh. And Frank Singh said he came here and he said he's going to take me into GTA, Guyana Tourism Authority, and when I went to Georgetown, he took me there so that I can get they can come and look at the lodge and so and to get my license. But I didn't get it right away, but I was registered the same day when I went. And then when they came, they said I have to put certain things in place, and they want to see where I burn my garbage, where this, where that, like if it was like by the river side,
Yeah.
in case like we dump things in the river. But nothing like that because the river is far away from here, and they told us that we got to dig and throw the rubbish, inside. So when they came back now, and also we had to put a sink there and 1 or 2 signage and whatever. And they came back and then they said, I must go down and let me apply for the license. So I did, and then we got through with the license eventually. So we named the lodge Bimichi Eco Lodge because I named it after my dad. It's an Arawak word meaning hummingbird actually. Yeah, Bimichi. And my dad came all the way from Santa Mission, that's in Region 3. So he came here as a small, they came as a small band, local band, playing the instrument. There's he and his brothers, 4 brothers, and he. Now, Daddy used to play the banjo, and he called himself the Mighty Hummingbird. So instead of saying hummingbird, we just put it in the Arawak language then, meaning the same like as hummingbird. And they came as single, young, handsome men and fell in love with the women from this community. And all of them got married here.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Same,
There's a little story behind it as well.
same like
4 of them.
same like her husband, Uncle
Yes.
Josh. He fell in love too.
Yes. Well, Josh and I met because he used to come here and collect men for one of the company. He was like a forest manager, and so the first time we met, I walked with a bina in my pocket to catch him.
Chad, you
I heard the
missed
story
that.
about
You
the beaner.
missed that.
I heard the story about the Bina.
It's the one.
But the Bina was for good things.
No, Bina is for everything. Bina is when you go and hunt.
Yeah, for
You
the
just
hunting. It was meant
hunting.
mostly for the hunting.
To catch birds, to catch anything, to catch yarrow, kaya wachili bear. Dahil yarrow is girl and wachili is boy. Wachili bear, yarrow bear, and that's it. And bikaka. Then you get married. I know the dialect a little bit too. I understand it well and I can talk a little bit, a lot then than when if my mother didn't pass on, I would be a fluent Arawak. I would know the language fluent, can't speak it.
So
But
where did
nobody
your
cannot
years
talk
of
it in
nursing?
front of me. Yes.
Where did you work as the nurse? Right in the village?
I went to be trained for St Georgetown Hospital
Okay.
as a single trained midwife, and I spent 4 years in Georgetown. And from there, I came back to
To the
serve
village.
my community,
Very nice.
and I worked here and until I retired. And then when we retired, I was saying after I retire, I cannot depend on children, even though it's only one child I have. Abby is my only daughter.
Abby don't live here with you though.
No, she lives at Land of Canaan.
Oh.
But even if I had a lot of children, you cannot depend on children. Once God gives you health and strength, you as a parent got to try and get up and get. You can't stretch your hand out for children all the time. That is how I feel. So even though Abby was my only child and I know that she's really nice and loving to us, we decided to build a growing shop. And so we started with the shop and we started with a farm, a growing farm in the Kuno Valley area where, right now we're getting oranges and lemon. So the tangerine is still small, yeah. But then, because we do not have a regular worker, them workers just take a little drink, and when you expect them to go in the farm, they don't
Correct.
really go. So it's all kind of challenges you face, in life,
Yeah.
which you have to try to cope with. And so now, people would go in the farm and pick the fruits there.
Oh.
But we're still trying that. That still we still have it going because I told Josh that once we have the lodge and we get guava, we put guava on the table and make the guava juice.
You don't make guava jam?
Mm-mm.
Oh gosh, I want
Yeah.
guava jam.
You like guava jam? So
Must
we
make some for me now, please.
Yeah, right now it's still small.
Okay.
But you got the people there. They got the birds. And they got the monkey.
Oh, they eating it out when
so
it's
they're
ripe.
eating it out.
We got plenty white to a
We
tree.
can't, even
but
in
then-
Georgia, we can't find people to make the guava jam, like to sell it, make it and sell it.
Not getting.
He father is made to it.
Oh, okay. The guava jam.
Yeah, the jelly,
The
the
jelly.
guava jelly.
Oh, jam, jelly, same thing, right, basically.
Yeah, but the guava
What's
is
it
really, I
sweet,
love guava.
Yeah.
That is why we planted guava. And a patch,
See
a
me
part
get
in the
them
farm, the land,
See me buy
it's
them.
just like the guava. If you know what I mean. It's taking the guava plant well, a part in the farm. So we got plenty of the big guava we got, but then we got the animals eating it. Yep, we plant for everybody, the animal and our the birds.
So
Monkey.
what's
They got nice nature
what's the
walks
response from
for the students to go
Georgetown
and
and
see the trees them and
like
stuff.
to come and see? What's
When
the response like?
when people come, they like the place, but mostly we get tours, day tours. But
Not
when they
so
do-
much overnight.
Not so many overnight. But when they do come, they really like the place, and sometimes by the time they're ready to go, we're bonded. Some of them cry and get sad and so on, and say that they'll come back. I think it's about how
It's
you
free
treat
once I
people,
open the gate. You have to open
and
it,
how
the
you
paper opens
accommodate
itself.
people and you treat them. And I don't make believe who I am not. I am who I am, simple. I don't say that I am this and that and whatever. And you understand. And I think people like your honesty and the way you are them. So once people come to Bimichi, they love Bimichi. They fall in love because I know this person. He came with his wife and children, and the tour operator said every day every time he talking about Bimichi, because when they went in the farm, we roasted them. They catch fish because by the creek one day, you ever went, Jeff?
Yeah, I went to the farm last time.
Yes. You see the creek there?
Mm-hmm.
We just throw
Really?
bread and so inside. So you could catch fish right there, like little pot ones. So they caught a couple of fishes. I think it was mostly 4,
Yeah.
and they roast it right there. And what I do too, I ask somebody to fish before and get a couple. So in case they don't get, you got a couple fish to give them for roast.
Oh,
And then we fry plantain,
Mm-hmm.
and we fry we got breadfruit in the farm,
Mm-hmm.
breadfruit
nice.
trees.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
breadfruit is something nice. Yes.
The good thing about the experience when you come here and you go by the farm and so on, they teach you things about the culture that you didn't know about, like how to set up a trap. We did
Yes.
that already, how to set the animal traps them to go hunting and so on. The archery. After that, I had a talk with Uncle Josh, and the time just went by so quickly. I had to get called saying that the bus is ready to leave. But of course, before we leave, had to get some photos at the sign, and then we headed off. At this point, Auntie Amanda was just being herself and giving us a little gift before we leave, which was a waro, which I enjoyed all the way home. A waro and also mandarin and lemon. But like she said, saying goodbye, even for just a short period that we were here, was so hard to say goodbye to her. It's always a pleasure reaching Auntie Amanda and Uncle Josh, of course. Great souls here in Bimichi, and always a great experience to be there with them and spend time with them and talk to them. They always have great advice and a wealth of knowledge to pass on. Amazing, always amazing experience to be there at Bimichi.
as we were heading out in the afternoon, it was a great time to spot the Hawatson, or the national bird of Guyana, the kanji pheasant. Here it is, right there in the bush area there, where they have the mokka leaves. That's where they're normally seen, and they feed on the leaves. So anytime you're in the river, look out for these leaves. So, oh look, there's one flying. So this is what you want to see when you're coming on the Mahaica River, where you can come and see the national bird of Guyana. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bird there. As we got back to the landing here, this is where we're passing the Mahaica Birding and River Tours, and I know I was kind of worried as to why we were passing, but I knew Uncle Ramesh had some trick of his sleeve for us, and he just took us past the landing a little bit to give us a little thrill ride here. You can't come on a speedboat in the Mahaica River and not get a little thrill. So this was a part of the wrap-up for the tour, and he just took us around in a U-turn so you can get a full experience of the boat and feel the power of the engine. So here we are, safe and back on land, getting ready to go and have our late lunch. It's about 2:30 now in the afternoon, and we're ready and set to have an amazing lunch, which is being prepared by Uncle Ramesh's wife. Today we're all fasting, so we're having veggie khichdi, which is basically dal cook-up, or like I like to say it, dal rice and bhaji mix-up. We have a well laid out country style table for us to have our lunch, well prepared with khichdi and fried fish for the persons that are not fasting. Amazing lunch. It was great. We got an opportunity to talk about the experience, talk about the tour and the experience at the village and at Bimichi Lodge. Amazing way to unwind, and this is something that you can book whenever you're coming to Mahaica River and Birding Tours. This is something that you can organize and book in and let them know that you would like for them to prepare lunch for you, and they will be able to do that. Or you can come and cook your own lunch at a cost. You can use the fireside and the grill and do your own cooking. guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.